Hey guys, Megan Lynn here, Spiritual Empress. Happy Saturday. What's up, everybody? I am totally jacked up on Red Bull right now. They have these really cool new flavors, and I've tried almost all of them, but I had this like huge green one before. If you haven't tried the green, it's literally just called green. There's like no flavor. It's freaking delicious. I already had one of those, and I'm on numero dos on the Red Bull. So I decided to do some recording today. Somebody wanted to do kind of like, thought it would be a good idea to do an Ask an Aquarius, as if you were, I guess, sort of on a date asking them questions. I'm going to try to channel my inner Aquarian, and hopefully you guys can kind of weigh in and see if some of these are sort of accurate answers, but I'm going to just have this bowl of questions here. I haven't looked at any of them, and just kind of answer them to the best of my Aquarian ability. Again, you guys can let me know if I'm close to what I think the answer would be for an Aquarius. So here goes. I don't even know how dumb these questions are. Like I said, I haven't looked at any of them, but we'll see if I hit any of them on the mark for you guys. So what is your biggest fear? Oh, Aquarius. As Aquarius's biggest fear, I think that our biggest fear is, honestly, Aquarius have a real big fear of being alone, and we're very good at being alone, so don't mistake that, honey. But I feel like Aquarius does have a huge fear of ending up alone, because they do feel like they're alone a lot, or that they're kind of in their own headspace a lot, or on their own planet more or less a lot. I feel like Aquarius's biggest fear is to be alone at the core. Now, we're fine being alone, but we would prefer not to at the end of it all. So maybe that's like further down our life, but I feel like that's a big, big fear of an Aquarius. Also, not have any sort of affluence. So don't say like be famous or anything like that, but Aquariuses really do want to leave some sort of legacy and also help people. So I feel like alone and affluence, that would be Aquarius's biggest fear. So you guys can let me know if I'm accurate or not on that. And then for those of you who say like we're badass bitches, like yes we are, but like Aquarius does not want to be alone at the end of the day. And that's a little known secret. Well, that one's dumb. What's the tallest building you've been to the top of? That's stupid. Let's see. See, this is very Aquarian of me too, just picking the questions. What is your biggest complaint about your job? My biggest complaint about work in general. I feel like Aquarius's biggest complaint about work in general would just be the time wasting. Aquarius does not like to waste time. They understand getting a paycheck, but beyond that, they feel like it's very tedious to be at work. They feel like there's better uses for their time other than collecting the paycheck, and they feel like there's just a lot of time wasted at work in general. So we also feel like we're a little bit not above it, but we could be doing better things. So yeah, I don't like Aquarius. I don't suggest like a typical 9 to 5. They're very good at it, but I don't suggest it. Okay, would you rather win the lottery or work at the perfect job, and why? Aquarius doesn't give a shit about money. They do, in the respect that they need it, and they would like to have enough to do what they want to do. So I'm going to say have the perfect job. Aquarius typically cares a lot more about being happy and doing something that they're passionate about than having, you know, having them dollar bills. So they want enough so that they can be comfortable or live comfortably and do what they want to do. So that was a pretty good one for Aquarius. Aquarius is not so much about like money as they are about, like I said, affluence and status, more or less. So what's your favorite zoo animal? That's kind of a weird one. But is this like a real question somebody would ask on a date? Favorite zoo animal? Ah, God. I don't know. I really like hawks. So I like going to the zoo. There's a hawk there. I've actually like communicated to it in front of other people. So I typically like birds of prey. I also like aquariums. Aquariuses I feel like really do feel like aliens, so the aquarium's the total other world kind of experience. So I feel like Aquarius is definitely like any sort of marine life. I feel like Aquarius is really drawn to. So I do like marine life. I prefer to go to an aquarium over a zoo, but a lot of zoos have aquariums, so trick answer. Let's see what else is on here. Would you rather vacation in Hawaii or Alaska? Hawaii, duh. I feel like Aquarius likes beach activity. Well, they like really anything outdoors. It depends. Whichever one has more activities. I feel like Hawaii has a lot of different beaches with a lot of like nightlife and a lot of city. So I feel like that's a lot funner than Alaska. Being in the outdoors is fun enough for as long as it's fun until it's not. So I feel like probably Hawaii. Hawaii has a lot of city beaches. So I'd probably think that an Aquarius would be drawn more to Hawaii for it's the best of both worlds. You get to relax, and then when you're bored, you get to go off and do stuff, and then come back and recharge. So I feel like Aquarius always has to have enough activity and be able to kind of relax and rest. So, oh, that's stupid. There's a lot of stupid ones in here. Wow. I feel like Aquarius isn't good on being questioned because they honestly don't stop and think enough about themselves to be able to answer these. Who would you want to play you in a movie of your life? I don't know. Probably fucking Amy Schumer or Emma Stone, because that's everybody. Honestly, like if you hang out with me, I'm very, very similar. I may not appear that way, but I'm very equally as awkward. And I have a very dark sense of humor, so it'd probably be one of them too. Don't look like me remotely, but that'd probably be one of the two of them. I'm equally as comedic as I am awkward, so that would probably be it. Probably Emma Stone or Amy Schumer. And honestly, if you could go into some sort of lab and just fuse the two, that would probably be me in a nutshell. So quirky, awkward, and not at all glamorous. So what was the last book you read? Oh, God. Aquarius, honestly, if we're reading, it's usually for information. I don't read a lot of books. I am the stereotypical Aquarian who, like, I used to read, if I read, it was fantasy, because Aquarius really likes to get away. We like fantasy books. We like things that we can use as escapism. However, I'm pretty much a big online researcher, and that will be anything that comes to mind. So I'm not a big reader when it comes to books anymore, but I do read when it comes to research. So I am the stereotypical Aquarian. If we don't know something, we want to know it. So we get on freaking YouTube and we call that freaking research. So I'll say most of my reading comes from online. It's not actually on books. And I feel like that's pretty true for a lot of Aquarians. We do know a lot, but it's not typically from, reading. The things that we like to read are not things that have any sort of like value as far as like fantasy goes. So we're more drawn to things that are like factual or things that'll give us some knowledge about something, because Aquariuses really don't like not knowing things. I have to say, we really don't. What's your favorite type of foreign food? Aquarius. I have to say, it's not really foreign anymore. It's a thing. It's sushi. A lot of Aquariuses I know like sushi and like Thai food. A lot of them like to be a little bit more adventurous with their food. So I honestly, personally like Thai, but I know all my Aquarius friends like sushi. So I'm going to say sushi, and that's Japanese. So I guess it counts as foreign, but people kind of ruined it and made it like a thing. So it was a thing, honey, to us before it was an actual freaking thing. We all like sushi as far as I know. All my friends do. Let's see. Well, that's kind of the same question. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? I've been told I'm a between 20s and 40s girl. So I'm the right amount of, what do you call it, classy and party girl, I guess. I like the 40s and I like the roaring 20s. I do a lot. I definitely feel I was some sort of freaking flapper back in the day. So there's just enough style, but there's also... it's like a weird simpleness to being back in the day, and it's not all complicated with technology. Aquarius is known for their love of technology and being progressive and things like that. But honestly, I feel like Aquarius excels in things that are simpler. So if I could go back in time, it would be back to a simpler time. Probably the 20s or the 40s, in between there. That would be where I'd want to go to. But I feel like a lot of Aquariuses agree, like, Aquariuses actually aren't that futuristic. We value the progressive right now is actually going back, if that makes sense. So You guys can weigh in on that one. I don't feel like Aquariuses are into like a lot of like time travel and shit like that, but I feel like we definitely value times that were simpler, where you had to figure out how you're going to get things done, and an Excel in the simplest form is, to me, more advanced than the technology. So no, that's kind of a weird one. These are kind of weird questions. What's the longest you've gone without sleep and why? Aquarius actually doesn't need a shit ton of sleep. Some of them sleep a lot, but we don't. I think we need pretty much like the standard amount of sleep. An Aquarius can go without sleep if they're stuck on a mission. They can stay up really late, and a lot of them tend to be night owls. So I don't know if you guys are night owls or not. I know that I am. I actually do my best work when it's quieter at night. So I actually prefer to stay up late. But the longest I've gone without sleep, I've gone over 24 hours, and that's because I was working and I was getting a project done. So I'm sure you guys can too. I haven't reached it to, I think the 2-day mark is like clinically insane. I can't do that. Let me see. Some of these are really weird. Okay, I'm just going to do a couple more. These are like really personal. And Aquarius doesn't like personal questions. That's funny. If money was no object, what would you do all day? Anything adventurous. If money was no object, I'd be flying my bitch ass over to Italy because I felt like pizza. I'd be like that. I mean, I feel like that's almost anybody, but Aquarius is a little bit more like, we wouldn't really be thinking about, if we had unlimited funds, we'd want to secure a way to where we could just kind of live very, very comfortably forever. But then I would just like, honestly, I feel like Aquarius would just be doing things I hadn't done before. I'd go everywhere I hadn't been before. I would secure something probably small at home that I don't have to worry about paying for. And then I would just rarely be home. So I feel like a lot of Aquariuses do like the off-grid thing. I would probably honestly still do that. Like if I had unlimited funds, I would probably secure something small so that I didn't have to be there. And then just go jet set everywhere. So I feel like most Aquarius probably agree with that. And yeah, just have fun. What makes you laugh the most? Awkward pauses. Ignorant people make me laugh a lot. I can honestly say that's probably the best, is just people watching. And watching just, I say ignorant, not in a superiority kind of way. Like people who are like super ignorant and rude make me laugh. And then people who are super awkward but like revel in the awkwardness. I find that there's a very interesting space in between awkward and not, and people who kind of embrace the awkward and the quirky and stuff like that is hilarious to me. So that would probably be what makes me laugh the most. I can say a lot of Aquarians tend to like zany people, so we definitely like people who are out of the norm and are very comfortable with being uncomfortable. So definitely like that a lot. Let's do one more, and then you guys can kind of weigh in, like I said, and see if I got any of these sort of similar to how you guys would answer them. That's too personal. These are like not standard questions. If you had to describe yourself as an animal, which one would it be? Probably a wolf, only because I do have a pack side to me and I do have a lone wolf side to me. So I feel like a lot of Aquarians can kind of agree, like we can work really good in groups, but we definitely are a lone wolf, and Aquarians definitely do have an aggressive side. A lot of people don't see it because we hide it a lot. So I was actually thinking that I was at freaking the people Walmart, you guys. I was at Walmart today and just everybody was setting me off, and people don't know that Aquarius actually has a very short fuse. We just don't show it a lot. So it's definitely the teeth almost come out and we rein it back really quickly. So don't ever think like Aquarius is super easygoing, like we make ourselves that way. But I would definitely say, as far as an animal, I definitely would pick a wolf, because like I said, we're very good at pack animals. We're very good at, you know, doing projects for the greater good. But then we also have this lone wolf side of us that you don't want to fuck with. So, all right, guys. So I guess I'll kind of wrap that up. That was interesting. I just want to do something a little bit different. If you guys have any things you want to weigh in on, I just want to answer some random questions, see if they're remotely Aquarian type answers to you guys. If you guys want to do other signs, or if you guys want to do group ones, I think that would be super fun. So let me know. But thanks so much, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your Saturday. Please like, comment, share. Thank you to everybody who's emailed me. I'll be doing tribe teas, and I'm coming up with different segments just so I can schedule them out and make it a little bit easier for me, and then more like regular schedule for you guys. So I'll be working on that this weekend. But thanks so much for all your love, guys, and we'll talk soon. Bye.